Hello Daily Drafters and welcome back to the channel for today's Daily Draft and back to the channel where we draft the most recent standard legal Magic the Gathering set at least 3 times a week with additional Magic Limited content thrown in there, so if that is something of interest to you, you've come to the right place. We are diving right into another Brothers War draft. I think this is our 13th here on the channel, plenty of drafts to go around, with a dud of a rare, but we do have a couple of other interesting options. I see Pendragon Strongbow, but I'm kind of over this deck. I think this is probably the correct pick. However, Yoshin Dissident is a card that is very good in a deck that I think is pretty good, that is underdrafted, that I have not yet had the chance to draft and not had the chance to show you all yet. So for that reason, I think I'm going to start with the Dissonant. Now, if you were drafting at home, I wouldn't at all fault you for taking the Strongbow, maybe even Lauren. But I'm going to start with the Dissonant here and see if we can find ourselves a nice little green-white artifact ETB deck kind of thing. Now, this is an interesting one. Mass production is great in decks like this because it has 4 artifacts ETB at the same time, which is kind of insane. There's also a Scrapwork Mutt, there's a Boulder Branch Golem and a Gaia's Gift. Rust Goliath I don't think is really particularly playable in most decks. So the question is, do I take mass production and go really heavy into the artifact ETBs? Or do I take something like Scrapwork Mutt, eventually get an Energy Refractor, maybe I unearth it at some point, maybe I don't. Boulder Branch Golem. This is probably the correct pick, right? Maybe this even wheels. We don't know that we're doing this necessarily either. As much as I want to, this could be very good in it, and there's a chance this wheels. This card doesn't fit in most decks. I'm actually going to take the Golem here for that reason. And now the question is, do I kind of abandon the Dissident and take the best card in the pack, which is Obliterating Bolt? Or do I continue with my current path and take the Energy Refractor? Again, I'm not here to perfectly optimize every single draft with every single pick. I wouldn't at all fault you for taking the Obliterating Bolt here. I just want to see if this green-white deck is open. I haven't drafted it yet. It seems like fun. We have one of the best cards for it in Yoshin Dissident. I'm going to take the Refractor. I'm going to pass up on the Bolt, and I could regret that later. Very possibly. Now we see Power Stone Engineer, which has an artifact ETB when it dies. There's Sentinel Stalwart, which is pretty good with something like Energy Refractor, to be honest. And this isn't a card I put in my deck a lot, but I think it can be quite good in this style of deck. There's another Refractor, but I'm gonna default to not taking my second yet. I would take both of these cards over the Refractor so far. So I'm going to start with my first Stalwart here. See if we can go from there. All right, Recommission is actually pretty good in decks like this. It can return our Dissident, gets an extra +1/+1 counter. I mean, everything else here kind of just sucks. I mean, there's a Wing Commando, which is good. Paratrooper, which is fine. I'd probably play a Paratrooper in a deck like this, but I'm going to take my first copy of Recommission here. Interesting. Is this a Kayla's Reconstruction deck? So far it is. There's also a Parrot. Let's go for it. Let's go for it. I don't know if we'll play it. It's not the greatest thing in the world, but we'll take it here. All right, 2-drop in Honor Guard versus Recommission here. I'll take the... There's also Mine Worker, which goes well with Dissident. That's the only card we care about that cares about artifacts ETBing so far, though. So I think I'm just going to take the 2-drop over the Mine Worker. I think the Mine Worker is enough worse that I won't take that there. Symmetry Matrix not looking great yet, so I don't know if this is a Bonesaw deck. I'm not sure any deck is a Bonesaw deck. But I don't want Pallbearer, I don't want Revenant. I'll just take Bonesaw into the sideboard, maybe. So the deck doesn't seem particularly open right now. So maybe we have to get off of it. I'm looking for cards like Phalanx Vanguard. I'm looking for cards like the 3-mana 3/3 that gets +1/+0 in artifact ETBs. Those are the important 2 and 3 drops. More Yoshin Dissidents, obviously. So yeah, I mean, Sentinel Stalwart's looking pretty good. If we can get a couple of like 1 or 2 drop artifacts. I mean, I know we have the Bonesaw, which is a pretty good combo with Sentinel Stalwart. Turn 2, 0 mana, play this. Then play a 3-drop. Sorry. Got like a hair in my mouth. Still can't get it out. This is a saga. Not to be confused with the sagas that are not in this set, but all right. And now all green and white cards are gone. There is a Sigil of Valor, which could be good in decks like this, especially if we get a couple of those ambush paratroopers. There's a Gigamole, Conscripted Infantry, and Unleashed Shell. I mean, maybe if we go like red-white and we have to abandon the green or something. This is really only good in like high heavy creature count flyers. And maybe that's, you know what? I'm going to take this only because there's 2 ambush paratroopers that I don't think will wheel. But if they do, we won't at all regret this. And this is also very good with Stalwart. So, yeah, see, there's no green or white cards in this pack. Yeah, I don't really even know what to take here. I mean, there's some decent playables. Maybe this if we go red-white or something? I don't really see an out to go red-white either, though. I'm going to take the Warplow for black-green. Again, no green or white playables. There is a Corrupt, though. Maybe if we find an Elsewhere Flask, we can go Elsewhere Flask and Corrupt combo. I mean, what else are we taking? Rock Hunter and going red-white? I don't know. This draft has gone sideways quickly. Moment of Defiance is actually a pretty good pickup late here. I guess Retrieval Agent? I don't even know. Yeah, so green-white is not at all open here. So we're going to have to figure out what to do about that. Alright, so what do we have? Ichor Wellspring would be great in green-white, except I don't think we can go green-white. I love Mightstone's animation decks. We have a Refractor already. We have Moment of Defiance. Maybe we can get into like, maybe the Trenchstalker Wheels. And maybe we can get into like black-blue draw 2. In which case, Ichor Wellspring's also good, but Ashnod's Harvester is just a generically great card in any black deck, or in any deck, really. This could even go in green-white. This is a tough pick here. I think we have to abandon green-white a little bit. I'm going to take the 2-drop because it's Brothers War, and we kind of need to. Holy, Portal to Phyrexia. Mass Production notably did not wheel out of the last pack, and we don't have any cards, really, except the Dissident, that care about artifacts ETBing at this point. So I think I'm looking to be like black as a base color. There's a Take Flight. I just don't think the Portal is good enough, really. There's another Boulder Branch Golem, and this card is just very good. Maybe like green-black could be good here. We're just giving up on Recommission and Reconstruction, which probably wasn't really even happening anyway. I guess I'll take another Golem. Yeah, green-black. Here we go. Skyfisher Spider. All right. That's a great pickup for us here. And probably looking to lock in green-black here. Overwhelming Remorse. All right, cool. So we found our lane. Unfortunately, still can't quite draft the green-white deck as much as I want to. But I think green-black is what's open here, and I'll decide how to build the deck once we get to deck build here. But I'm going to go ahead and take this Overwhelming Remorse over the Refractor or the Battery Bearer on the splash. Going to have to up the creature count a little bit. But we've got time for that. Sigil of Valor is probably not at its best in this deck. Moment of Defiance will be fine. Corrupt could be okay. I'm probably only going to play this if I get an Elsewhere Flask. So I'll note that I'll have it. We're going to have to pick up some more 2-drops. 3-drops as well. But yeah, take that Spider and let's go. All right, now we have Thraxidemon, Moment of Defiance, Shoot Down. We don't have great sacrifice fodder for this, but it is a 2-drop, and we could get decent sacrifice fodder. I guess Energy Refractor is not a bad thing. What is Battery Bearer? Artifact 6 or greater. So double Golem works well with that. We could splash that off of Refractor. I'm just going to take the 2-drop here, I think. Green-blue might be open enough that both of those Battery Bearers wheel. I don't know, maybe. Is that crazy? Possibly. I don't know. There's the Elsewhere Flask. There's the Corrupt. Alright, are we doing Elsewhere Flask Corrupt things? I mean, we're not passing anything else in this pack worth noting, so let's take the Flask here. I suppose we could also be almost mono black. These golems would basically just be 7-drops. I'd probably right now go mono black with just the Spider. Okay, so now there's Disciples, which works well with Harvester. That's about it. There's another Refractor. There's a Razor, maybe the Razor Maw, but do we care about things getting milled? Right now, the Harvester, the Spider, the Overwhelming Remorse. I guess kind of. Maybe this card's just better than another Refractor in this deck. Guess I'll take the Razor Maw. Here's the card I was talking about. For green-white. But I think we'll take a Gigamole here. Another decent little way to self-mill ourselves if we need to. Find another creature. Woo! See, Ichor Wellspring came all the way back. But do we care? Good with Thraxidemon, good with Sentinel Stalwart. Trench Stalker has Elsewhere Flask and Energy Refractor to make us draw to, and Thraxidemon. I just like Ichor Wellspring too much. I'm just going to do it. Take Flight and Stern Lesson Wheel, so I think blue-black is open, clearly. Can we be blue-black? Are we blue-black? Splashing a Spider? Bulwark in blue-black might be better than a Subjugation. I don't know. Depends on our 2-drops. 2-drops aren't looking outstanding right now. Oop, took the Bulwark. Another Moment of Defiance. Machine over Matter. And Disciples of Gix. Well, here's another Flask. Here's a Battlefield Butcher. Here's a Disfigure. If we had 2 Corrupts, I would take a second Flask here. But we don't have 2 Corrupts. Honestly, I think I'm blue-black. Splashing a Spider off of Energy Refractor Elsewhere Flask. I think we need to take creatures more than non-creatures, which would make Butcher the best here. This figure's great too. I think I'm going to take the Butcher. Huh. Now there's a static net and a scrapwork cohort. It's an interesting draft. There's also an emergency weld. Static net's so good. How many ways do we have to splash that? We can also still play these golems as 7 drops, and maybe off of a refractor we can play them as 4 drops. Is there a way we could just splash that too? That card is so good. It's either that or cohort. And cohort's just generically good, whereas static net you can't even cast it if we don't have one of these two. I'm going to take the cohort here. Here's another remorse. Another refractor too. This is my card of the format. You all know this by now. This is just my card. I just love it. I don't know why, I just do. It'll be good in this deck because we've got, are we just mono black? What are we doing? I mean, I don't even know. What is going on here? Let's take remorse. Maybe we're mono black. Who knows? Hello there, energy refractor number 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't even know. What does this do? That's a whiff. Root, what is this? Nope. Rager. I guess I take Rager over energy refractor. Underground River could be pretty good here. Alright, I need y'all's help. How is this different than Field of Ruin? I haven't read it super closely recently, but is this not just a functional reprint of Field of Ruin? I'll have to go back and look. For some reason, I feel like this is just Field of Ruin. We already have 2 Moment of Defiances, whatever. I'll take a land, probably, to go with just my mana base, I suppose. Oh, hi there. Hello again. It's you. Hello, you're the problem. It's you. Emergency weld? Nah. Let's just take refractor. Why not? Okay, now there's an emergency weld and a clay revenant. We could have had like 5 battery bearers in this deck. What does revenant care about? I mean, it's decent with like the self-mill stuff, but it's probably not staying in our yard for very long. So maybe emergency weld. How many creatures do we have? $13. It's not a ton. Why do you keep doing this to me? All right, we're taking Mightstone's animation here. But keep passing me elsewhere, or keep passing me energy refractors, and I'll keep taking them. I guess Scatter Ray. And so we're probably like mainly black, a little bit of blue, and then splashing green off of Double Refractor and Elsewhere Flask. I don't know, man. Really? Well, there's nothing else. Maybe we splash red too. Hello. Hi, you're still the problem. Wish I got another animation at this point now. Alright, let's see if I can be responsible in building this deck here. Okay, what do we have here? Desynchronized, too expensive. All right, 47 cards. Where are the bad ones? I want to keep the Corrupt Flask combo in here just because, and I think we can play a very heavy amount of swamps. I don't think we need something like this or this. I think Cohort is still fine. Rager seems fine. Gigamole. Disciples putting Cohort, Rager, Harvester into the graveyard. It's a little expensive. Alright, I'll cut one. We only have 12 creatures, but makes the Remorses worse, makes the Gigamole worse, makes the Butcher worse. It's kind of like another creature in a way, although it doesn't count for our creature-based things. Yeah, this is a weird deck. The Wellspring plus Animation combo is too good, and we need refractors to splash, like Cohort, Spider, sometimes Golem. So we need 2 refractors, I think. We need the Flask for Corrupt, we need the Wellspring for Animation. So I think this is kind of set. Maybe Moment of Defiance number 2 is probably the last cut here, and then we can do like... something like this. We only have 1, 2 blue spells, kind of 3-ish. And still have double refractor to cast them if we want. So we could probably even do this. Still have 5 blue sources. Need a bunch of swamps for Corrupt. And all of our black cards. One forest seems okay, because we don't even have to cast this for 4. Kind of thinking of this like a 7-drop in this deck, and the Spider's pretty good. As it is, sacrificing like the Cohort token, the Rager, the Harvester, the Bulwark. Yeah, I'm not a super big fan of this deck, but who knows. That draft was a tough one. There were a couple ways we could have gone. Could have gone blue-black, could have gone green-black, could have gone mono-black potentially. Could have gone Sultai, which we kind of did. Playing someone who is raring to draft today. Ooh, this is an expensive hand. I don't think we can keep this in the Brothers' War. That's not great. I think this is just too expensive right now. We have another one in the deck if we find it, so I think we have to put that one back there. Alright. Putting up the shields here. Yeah, going against red-white, we could not have kept that first hand. Also forgot, in the description, check out, we've got Daily Drafters Discord. Love to have you along. Play this Butcher here. Coastal Bulwark, Ambush Paratrooper. Okay. Probably going to save the animation for one of our like 4 or 5 random artifact 2-drop things that we have. Springleaf Drum in red-white. Okay. Jeez. Alright. Alright, well, are we just going to lose to flyers here now? This bulwark is laughing at me. Or they're laughing at it. Alright, well, can't do anything else, so go ahead and get in there. Strong Bull. Okay. Uh-oh. Well, we're just gonna die then. Okay, I see. Alright, I guess it's just time to die to a Sigil of Valor. And a flyer. That's all it takes. Okay, down goes Thraxodemon. It's a 2 for 2, but not great in our favor. And double top. So it looks like we'll be going to game number 2 real quick here. Alright, let's just speed this one up here. Not really sure how to get out of it. Ooh, let's see what you get. Oh no! A straight whiff. So we can turn our Warplow into a 4/4 Death Touch, or we can just cast a 6-mana Warplow here. Alright. I mean, we're technically at like 7. Oh, come on. Yeah, you know, red-white aggro. Sometimes just beats your face in. Can't really do anything about it. Okay, now we're at 8. Next turn we go to 4, and then this sacrifices 1, 2, 3 artifacts, and then this kills us. So I think we are dead. Officially. See if they see the line. Even if they don't, we can't deal 16 damage to them next turn, so I think we're still just dead. Okay. Go to 3, and then the Strongbow can sacrifice all of their artifacts to kill us. They may not go for it, though, because we have mana up. Yeah, I didn't think so. Well, they might do it now, but it doesn't matter. I mean, we're losing the game, so... Let's do this one. Why not? See what we can find. See if we can find our 4 mana deal 16 to the face card in the deck. I think that's in there somewhere. That's not it. Alright. Okay, we're on the draw here. We have the Elsewhere Flask animation combo, and even if we don't want to do that, we could cast Warplow on two. Ooh, now we have the Elsewhere Flask and Corrupt combo. Probably just gonna... If I miss a land drop, I think I'm casting Flask here. I didn't. Well, this sucks, because they can kill our Elsewhere Flask by sacrificing that. So that makes animation and corrupt a lot worse. But that's still a 2-for-1 in our favor if they do that. Okay. Gonna play this just to trade off with the Razor Maw. If they'll let me. They won't. Oh man, so Refractor could help us find a land to then cast Warplow, or we just play Warplow, and then what are we doing next turn? Hoping we hit another land? And if we do this and we don't hit a land, then yikes. Guess I'm just doing that to trade with the Razor Maw here, but if they kill this one too, then, I mean, it's a non-creature, bud. Hopefully no Whirling Strike. Okay, so that worked. 3 lands and a Giant Growth. Obstinate Baloth. Yup. Missed land drop. Yup. Alright, give me the 1/1, I guess. Give me that chump blocker. It's gonna be a short one today, folks. Okay. Alright, what do we do now? We can animate the Flask. This kills a non-creature artifact or enchantment, so it could kill the animation and make the Flask go back to being nothing. Oh, stupid Haywire Might. And get a 3/1 and a 1/1. That's not good against Baloth. We can play Refractor plus Warplow and trade with that if this survives. It seems like it might be the best thing to do here, because everything else lines up very poorly against this Baloth. And maybe we survive long enough to corrupt something and survive by gaining 6 life while we do it. Oh man, God, this format. Alright, so we're blocking the Juggernaut, taking 4, and then blocking a 1/1, taking 5, 6, I guess. So we do this and this. Alright, go to 4. I don't really see a way to win this one. Boulder Branch Golem, they're at 32. Alright, well at least we can do the whole corrupt thing this turn. But we have to kill the Golem now. So gain 6, kill the Golem, get smacked in the face by a Juggernaut. Then we go to 4 again. No, go to 3 now. Can we stabilize? Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's play some creatures. Well, the Stalker could be good with this kind of stuff in hand, so... Double land. End of your next turn you can play it. I'm not sure if they played a land drop yet. They might have. Okay, there's a flyer. That's nice. Yes, we gotta send something to the sky then, don't we? We could attack with it and then take 2, go to 1. That's not great. Guess we just have to plan on blocking. 4 mana, give a creature flying, hope it doesn't die. Is not a great plan in this format. Springleaf Drum? No, Mishra's Bauble. Okay, that's fine. Now they have a 3/6. Haha! You are on a 16 turn clock. I need this thing to give me lifelink here soon. Alright, they draw 2. This has reach as well, so if they kill our Gigamole, which they will. Wait, does that just do it now, though? Yeah, because we block Clear Cutter, we block a 1/1, and we take 3. Alright, they didn't go for it, though, because we could have removal. That's okay. That's less okay, because that has Menace. Alright, well that gets us to draw 2 on the Trench Stalker, but we gain 4, we go to 5, we block this, we take 6. If 5 more left, we could Spider after that, sacrificing this and killing this. As much as I don't want to sacrifice the Butcher, we might have to. Seven, 3 plus 4. We need the extra mana from this. we have 6. We have to play Spider because it has a reach here. So we have no choice on that front. What if we played Spider and didn't sacrifice a creature? We would block, we would block, we would take 1, 2, 3, 4. We wouldn't be dead, assuming they had nothing in hand. What if we did this and sacrificed a creature to kill like this? We would take 1, 2, 3. Again, we'd still take 4. So it doesn't really seem worth it to sacrifice a creature, is what I'm finding. Because right now we're blocking here, and we're taking 1, 2, 3, 4 damage. We could sacrifice the Stalker, but the Stalker is the way that we're going to get back into this game by drawing 2. We just have to hope they don't have removal. I mean, if they have removal, we're just dead in so many different ways. The Spider's great with an Unearthed Cohort, but, like, we have to survive. So let's just hope they don't have removal. They're doing the combat math here. We are priced into our blocks. We could play Golem and then still survive. Animation up the Wellspring. And get in here. Golem lets us survive here. That's tough. Okay. Okay. That's a great one. So let's do this. Draw a card. That gets lifelink. Now we get in here, and we're gonna Moment of Defiance the Golem here just to gain a ton more life. And now we gain 12 life that turn. And they go to 8? Holy moly, how did we win that game? Are you kidding me? That was ridiculous. Whew. Games like that are why Magic is so great. When you can come back from things like that. Jeez. Okay, so we're on the play here with Flask into Butcher into Spider that we can't cast, but we'll get there. Don't need to cast it at this moment. Dreams of Steel and Oil. Okay, well, yeah. I'll just lead on this one because they know we have it. Okay, next turn we can play Gigamole and do whatever we do. Okay, well those are about the worst mills we could have had. No attacks. Didn't put any creatures in the yard for Overwhelming Remorse or Butcher, or one to return. So we just milled 3. We can return Ichor Wellspring. It doesn't seem great. Pretty good combo with Urza and Clay Revenant here. I guess it's like 4 mana, draw a card, make a Power Stone every turn. It's a little slow, but it's not like we're putting pressure on them with all the lands we're drawing. I can emergency back the Ichor Wellspring, but like, I think I'd rather emergency weld this back once they block with their War Plow. Or not. Okay, guess we'll just do nothing. I mean, the plus is if we draw 17 lands, if we draw all of our lands and then corrupt with the flask on the battlefield, we can kill them for 17. That's our plan. That's what we'll do. We'll just keep drawing all the lands, then corrupt. Here comes the train. Skull Flail. How much you got? 1? Okay. Sure. Very slow, derpy, do nothing here. Very expensive removal spells, very expensive activation costs. At least we can win without going into combat at this moment. Although it is highly, highly expensive. I mean, it's a big fat creature that gains a bunch of life. If we needed to stall the game out anymore. I mean, the double War Plow here is kind of annoying. This one is a 5/4, so it's kind of notable. I'd probably just trade that for Golem and then return Golem next turn, maybe? Whew. We don't really have anything we need to kill right now. Oh man, we are just doing a whole lot of nothing, aren't we? I think they're going to cycle through and find their Gixian Puppeteer here at some point, and then... Good news is we have double remorse for their big bomb that we could find, so... Or that they find. Maybe they run out of cards first. Okay, Gurgling Anointer. That might need to eat a removal spell, but we'll see. So they're just trying to basically get these to be 3, I think. Because we could just eat this. If we did this, they're just trying to get this to start growing every turn. They're saying oops, but like, I don't know if it's good for us to send this to the graveyard. Because these two things are going to start growing every single turn. I think I'm going to do it. Boy, we are just not good at sending creatures to our yard. I mean, with that 3/3, we could have blocked with, like, Thraxodemon and Rager and sent one to our yard, but, like, how good is that? I don't really know. Maybe we can just outlive by gaining a ton of life. And they just kind of draw too many cards. Fly too close to the sun, Mr. Icarus. Because we are at 31, so they have to deal us a lot of damage. And we still do have 2 removal spells for whatever we need to do. Probably going to have to get rid of this Anointer. Ooh, that's quite good. Yeah, the power level of their deck is just a little bit higher than ours, so... Remember, we do have Corrupt in here, so... If I cast this, I can't do this, this, or this. But I can do that. I can block sack. Okay, alright, they're still drawing. They gotta have some sort of really, really great bomb in their deck, which they probably do. Down to 10. I'm not sure it's going to come down to milling. Yeah, they're just playing a bunch of cards that are a little bit better than ours. I'm gonna sacrifice this because it puts a creature in our yard here. Makes our cards a little better. I'm probably gonna Remorse the Anointer. Um, but we're getting to the point where, like, we are really running thin here. They have so many big creatures over there. So that can also get flying. Do I get a chance? No, I don't get a chance to respond to that. So I kind of have to do this. Because they can have it copy that. Get flying. Yeah. I mean, you can't attack with that, so I don't know why you did that. Are we winning by mill? Come on, Corrupt, where are you? Corrupt is an instant win right now. Could unearth this, but like maybe it's worth it to try to find the Corrupt and I sacrifice it to the Thraxodium and make a bunch of chumps so we get like 3 more shots at it. It makes these more expensive though. Also, the Trench Stalker could have lifelink here at some point, which could put us out of range. So I'm just going to hold up Remorse. I don't think this is coming down to milling unless they draw 2 more cards here. Okay, do we take 10? I think we could probably safely take 10. Again, Corrupt is kind of our out. Nope. Nope. Alright, so we have 10 mana. We need to hold up at least 4, probably. So we could do Bulwark, Remorse, and Butcher. I think we have to find Corrupt before their next turn to have a shot here. So I don't think they can kill us this turn. Hopefully. And then if we find Corrupt before their next attack step, we might have it. Maybe. Again, so we're taking 10 here, which is okay. Assuming they don't have Corrupt, which they could. And if they do, they do. But... okay. 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 And I think I need to sacrifice something here. Find a creature, or find Corrupt, please. Nope. Nope. So we're not currently dead if we kill that one. I think they have a counterspell in hand. 4 plus 4 plus 3. Or 2 if we need it to be to surveil. Probably should have surveilled on upkeep, right? Yeah, that might have been better. If it's just those two, we survive for the time being. But I think they have a counterspell. Apparently not. Alright, go to 1. One, two, three, four, five, six, 7. This costs 4, this costs 3. So we can do this. This is really close here. We just gotta find our Corrupt. Nope. That does help us get us a little bit closer, though. Okay. So we have 12 mana. So this would be 10 mana. This would be 8 mana. So we have some outs here. Potentially. Alright. That won't do it. Go to draw. No. Come on, Corrupt. We're trying to find you. No. No. We might still survive with that, though, is the thing. If we sacrifice an artifact for 3, we then could not cast the Corrupt, unfortunately. So... gosh, Only got 6 cards left. I haven't done the math here, but 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. They could get 4 creatures through, including that one, that one, that one, and that one. So that'd be 4, 5, 6, 7. We go up to 7. So yes, they do have lethal, but question is, do they see it? We could play Trenchstalker and give it lifelink. But then they could just send that to the sky. Alright, so they have lethal here. But we just have to hope they don't see it. Or have Scatter Ray. Okay. Should have left a black open for Disfigure. But we could still bluff Disfigure with the Flask here. So they have lethal, but they might not go for it with Disfigure. Alright, they're counting. I think they're smart enough to have this one here. We had like 10 different chances at Corrupt there. Yeah, so they're going to hit us for 4 in the air, and they just need 3 more damage. So if they attack with everything, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 blockers. Yeah, so they've done the math. They can figure that one out there. Double top. Any more removal? Yeah, so they definitely got us here. I mean, we had the chance. We had the chance. We played to our out of Corrupt, and we just never found it, unfortunately. So, them be the beats. Now you're just taunting us. You jerk. Let's put that down there. We looked through 34 cards on our deck last game. Could not find the Corrupt. Had we would have won. But we could not. Alright, well we can't block that, unfortunately. Because this can't be blocked by artifact creatures. Let's see if they remember that. It's a difficult thing to remember. I've probably missed it at least 2 or 3 times in this format. It's a weird trinkety text on there that you don't really remember too often. They might just kill it, though. It's probably going to be a nice little roadblock against their deck. Well, whatever it is, they're thinking long and hard about it. Okay. Bear. Alright, they did remember that clause over there. Oh, hello there. Um... Let's race. Alright, dude. Ah. These cards are good. Fine trading this for both of these. I don't even need to use the remorse, I don't think. I think I'm going to go ahead and play the Gigamole here. Unleash a Shell and a Juggernaut. That's good. Nice mills. I just like to get the point where I can cast this for 7. Yeah. Hello? Are you alive? Okay. Well, we have nothing else to do but to basically just cast this. We could have cast this for 2 and then surveilled, but like... yeah, I guess we just do this one here. See if they kill anything. They are in red-green, so they have, ideally, for them, good amount of removal. Don't know what this automaton is doing. I wonder if by choosing bear they have, oh god, do they have Titania's command? Oh no. Are they 1 mana away from Titania's command? If they are, then we're just dead to the best card in the set. Come on, dude, let's go. I can get back the refractor here. Well, I guess now I can get back the Warplow. No need to remorse, I don't think. Unless they try to... yeah. Then I guess we can. Do they have it? There it is. That's why I said bear. They were 1 mana away from freaking Titania's command. This card is stupid. Yet to see it in a draft on our side. That is the first time it's been cast against me. But, yeah, oh well. I'm definitely got to get rid of this one here. Great. This is fun. Okay. I mean, I guess we're not, like, dead somehow. Quite yet. That was the other card I was wondering if why they chose Bear. We have 4 swamps right now for Corrupt. So we can't even attack and then corrupt them down. So if we attack with the Bear, they don't block. We Moment of Defiance. We gain 4, we go to 10. We Emergency Weld and play the Death Toucher. We block, we go to 6. But if they have a remove... Well, no, they also have Mr. Juggernaut over there, so... we just kind of have to do this. Okay, comes the Juggernaut. Interesting. So now we take 9. Okay. So if they don't block the Golem, they lose because we have Moment of Defiance. They have to chump. If they don't block this, If we attack with both... What if we Emergency Weld back Gigamole? Could we cast it? We could, which means it could block the Sprite, theoretically. So if we attack with both, they chump the Golem, we don't win. If we attack with the Golem, they chump it, we don't win. If they attack with the Golem, they don't block it, we do win. Are they going to play around Moment of Defiance? They're thinking about it. They are going to play around it. Good for them. Now the question is, do we gain a bunch of life here? I think I would like to gain 8 life. Plus the swamp helps us with Corrupt for next turn. So I could weld back The War Plow. Attack next turn. If they don't block the War Plow, Corrupt is lethal. It also gives us... Yeah. I think this is probably the best option here. Because now we have like 4 different lethal threats here. Because we can deal 5 damage to their face. So they're effectively at 2. Okay. Now they're at 1. Which means if they don't have priority, we win. They do have priority, though. I don't like that. They have to have 2 removal spells, though? Like, if they remove the Golem, eat the Warp Plow, eat the 2/2, take this, they die to Corrupt. So they have to have 2 removal spells right now. I'm going to bet that they don't have 2 removal spells. And again, this is only the number of swamps you control. This is not a swamp. So we're at 6. Okay, eat it. What could they have for 2 red, 2 green that could kill a 6/5? Shoot down as a sorcery. So they're going to kill the golem somehow to survive. And then they take 1 and they go to 6 and we kill them with Corrupt. That's also fine. Yeah, that should do it. Okay. Corrupt MVP. Would have been last game too if we had found it. Okay, they taken a mulligan. We have Thraxodemon at the very least, so... Can keep this here. Moment of Defiance as a trick if we want to attack our 2/2 into their 2/2. Now the interesting thing is, if we choose to not block here, but then attack, they're going to know something is up. So... Yeah, I mean, we don't really have anything else to do is the problem. I mean, we could have just held up Moment of Defiance, but that seems like a recipe for disaster. We just had to kind of hope they blocked there, but now we're just going to take at least 4, probably 5 or 6. There's 5 in our mono black deck here. Yep. If only we had a disfigure, that'd be great. Holy swamps. Why? Swamps are just like, hey, that Corrupt, you know where it is? Right there. Tactician. Are these soldiers? That's a soldier. Okay. Sure. There's the flying. Flying is good. Especially against us. Does this give power boost? Yeah, so this combat thresher can start smacking us for 4 every turn. Well, they'll hit us for 5 this time. Yep. Overwhelming remorse. Might have to go on that combat thresher here at some point. By some point, I mean like probably this turn? Depends if they try to go for maybe lethal or something with a giant growth or whatever. And then we could get them. Okay, so they don't have a combat trick. But I think I'm going to prevent the 4 damage because the wings are going to stay around. So, yeah. Now the Vanguard has us on a 2-turn clock here. Interesting choice. Cannot quite cast the golem yet. Things are looking down, unfortunately. I don't even know what the best choice is here. Because all I gotta do is equip this thing and hit us and we're dead in 2 turns here, so... Okay. We at least upped our turn count, but still not really getting it done. I mean, Trench Stalker next turn into Rager the following turn could be good, but at that point we're at 5, so we have to watch out. Guess it just has to be Trench Stalker into Rager at this point. Or Trench Stalker into Animation if we draw a blue land. Because this just gives us lifelink. So... kinda has to be what keeps us afloat here for the time being. Okay. Yeah. That is a soldier, notably. Okay. Alright. Nope. So it's basically got to be this. Okay. Okay. Try to get that Trench Stalker back here. Or I could just use this to sacrifice to draw a card. Only problem is we are dead now in 2 turns. However, the Golem could help us survive 1 more turn after that. So next turn we're probably just playing Golem. However, Energy Refractor can kill the wings. So what we do, we weld back the Energy Refractor. Next turn, play the Refractor. Use the Refractor to cast Spider and then kill the Aeronaut's wings. And that might be what's best for us. Now this turn, if they have a way to make 2 artifacts ETB, then we lose. But that was happening no matter what. It's a close one here. Okay, yep. Alright, go to 3. Okay. Sure. All right. So Refractor Spider kill Aeronaut's wings, I think. We don't have to do that. We could just play Golem, but I'd rather kill the wings. Still just don't have good attacks, though, is the problem. So I guess we just hope they don't have, like, another wings or something. If they did, they would have had to top deck it this turn. Does Recommission get back wings? Artifact or creature? Ooh, do they have another Recommission? No. Alright. Now we start dropping golems. Gaining some life. Ooh, there we go. Found the line and we got there. Awesome. Tough one. This deck has some fun lines. Okay, got Bulwark, but unfortunately no island yet. We're gonna need it. There we go. Now we're on the draw with a red-white deck that kept all their land, or kept their opening hand, and probably just gonna die to it. Okay, so here's this. They're going to Excavation Explosion it, and then hit us for 3. Close enough. I hate aggro. So next turn we play Gigamole. Ooh, they got a good deck. The Goblin Blast Runner plus Bitter Reunion is one of my favorite combos in the format that I've yet to assemble. Because now all they have to do is sacrifice this. These both get Menace. We have to take a minimum of 7. We might just be saving it, though. Looks like they are. Yeah. Yep. Good old red-white. Take 7. Next turn take 7 more. Alright, we have to play this. And next turn we... Oh my god. Okay, well now we just lose. Sacrifice that, take 7 more, go down to 4, and then next turn all they have to do is be able to sacrifice 1 more thing. That'll do it. Alright, well, yep, red-white is what it is in this format. I mean, the format was like, hey, Rust Goliath, 10 mana, 10/10. Goblin Blast Runner, 1 mana, 3/2 Menace. Why don't we go for that one? That one seems more fun to win with. Okay, well, waiting for the server. Who cares? Went 3-3. It is what it is. Deck wasn't great. You know, the draft was pretty difficult here. We had like a Sultai pile kind of thing, but overall, not too bad. You'll take it. Thanks so much for tuning in for this episode of today's Daily Draft, and I will see you next time for your Daily Draft.